Midlands Air Ambulance is 30 years old today. The three red helicopters are a familiar sight in our skies and come to the aid of thousands of people every year. The organisation costs £10 million a year to run, all of which is paid for by fundraising. Ben Sidwell has been meeting some of those key to its success and a remarkable teenager.
Heading out on yet another mission. Over the past 30 years, the Midlands Air Ambulance has come to the rescue of more than 63,000 people, saving countless lives.
When we started in 1991, 30 years ago, we had one helicopter which was part-time, tethered to a tree. And now we have three helicopters and we have two, soon to be three, critical care cars.
The first Midlands Air Ambulance was launched at Hagley Hall in Worcestershire 30 years ago today, with just a handful of fundraisers raising the money needed to get the service started.
I recall times where we were selling raffle tickets because we had 3 weeks of funding left.
Penn Ashman was one of the early paramedics on board.
There were often times where the two paramedics would be dealing with a case and the pilot would be deluged and would be asked by people, can we have a look around the helicopter? And obviously we couldn't put the helicopter out of action.
15-year-old Henry Carpenter is one of those who owes his life to the air ambulance. Last April, he was severely injured in a tractor accident on the family farm in Upper Sapie in Worcestershire.
We feel as a family they did save his life. Without them, we might not have him here. So that's a big moment to think about as a parent, and obviously for Henry too.
Today, Henry came to one of the three Midlands Air Ambulance bases at Strensham in Worcestershire to meet up again with Karen Baker, one of the paramedics who saved him.
Kind of remember it, but I remember how calm they were, and they weren't really showing how bad it was at the time. They were making me feel like it was all fine. It makes me feel how important this service is for the community, and especially where I live. It was really interesting to see how it works, because on the day all I could see was just the roof of it.
Despite his injuries, Henry's raised over £10,000 for the Midlands Air Ambulance by walking more than 50 miles. Vital money, as it costs £10 million a year for the service, all of which comes through fundraising.
Without the volunteers, the supporters, the staff that work for the charity, we simply wouldn't exist, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do on a daily basis and have done for the last 30 years. So it's vital, and it's vital that it continues.
This afternoon, one of the air ambulances returned to Hagley Hall, the place where it all began, to mark 30 years of this vital service that saved so many lives here in the West Midlands. Ben Sidwell, BBC Midlands Today, Worcestershire.